Yeah, so I'm back after quite some time posting from my last video, at least when it came to the Omnimon Turbo deck, but I do have an update for the deck, at least. I made it a little bit more consistent, a little bit more fun about this. It's been helping me out a lot in locals. Have a lot of fun, tilt some people, but this is mainly the deck that I really love to use everywhere, especially going to locals. Um, Same thing as like the previous video. You gotta rush to your Omnimon X, and I changed it up quite enough. So let me show you the deck list. You guys could try it out for yourself. For the eggs, I have one Exalmon, still don't know how to say it right, and four Demis. I only have the babies because recycling the rookies at least gets cycled through the option card. One of the option cards I run in here, which is like Rivals Barrage, could go in them, cycle through, Digivolve, and swing in. Those are the babies that I run at least. For the rookies, I run two BT2 Impmons and one EX2 Impmon. These are the only rookies I run in the deck. I do see them because this is a mill version. I like to hopefully get them to hit the trash as soon as possible, get them back in a Rivals Barrage, or get them back from one of my Tamers, or possibly an option card. I do run just three rookies in general because that's all you really need. I haven't had much issues running more than like three rookies. Now we're going to get to the straight fun of it. We're going to play three Avenged Kidmon. I used to play four, but I brought it down to three only because I wanted to see Gallantmon more. As you can see, I'm playing three Gallantmons in this deck, only because Gallantmon could bring himself potentially for free, and it has Rush in it. So you get the free check, and then you could go into Omnimon X Antibody while swinging, or after the check. Up to the player, honestly. And for the other level 6, I run two BL Starmon. I run BL Starmon because the milling process and looping out Impmon for Rush, Impmon dies, three more, speeds up the deck a lot more. And for every time your opponent swings, you can bring out another Impmon. So I like to abuse this tech, especially for how high I mill, especially against Fanglo. I've been playing a lot of Fanglo, one specific person in my local. And yeah, running BL Star helped me out, bringing out Impmon mill more and getting more board removals. For the level 7s, I run four Omnimon X Antibodies, only because it could go on top of a Gallantmon or Avenged Kidmon for 5. Not only does it clear the board, but sending a level 6 to the bottom of the deck, or X Antibody to the bottom, reveal the security, trash 1. It's like a free, it's a check and a free look at your opponent's security, at least know what it is. The next level 6 I run is 3 Merciful Modes. I run 3 Merciful Modes for, it's a free pop, and if they have at least 10 cards in trash, you could bottom deck it. I run into Gabumon and don't want them to have trash, so usually I'll bottom deck the problematic cards that I don't want to run into, or running into Apocalypse Mon, get their pieces out of the trash back in their deck, so it slows them down a bit more. That's honestly all the Digimons that I run in this deck, because it's recently been changed. Now for the options, I run a lot of options. For the first options, I run 3 X Antibodies. 3 X Antibodies. Killing is just the sweet spot. I've tried it with 4. I feel like it's too much. I tried it with 2. I felt like it's too less. I like it at 3 because it was more of a sweet spot. Like, I seen it at the right moments when I need it, whether it's security or drawing it. Even if it gets milled, I could always put it back in the bottom of the deck, Avenged Kidmon. Sometimes Digivolving for 7 is actually really necessary to like control the board at least. For the next cards, the option card we run 4 Darkwing Delusion. This whole point of the deck is a bunch of milling. So you're not using it for the security +1. You're just using it for the first effect, which is the trash 3 cards to your deck. Milling 3 cards to your deck and playing this as a mill version, it's really helpful because the next card we run is 4 Darkness Waves. Darkness Wave and Dark Wing really does speed up this deck. Even having like turn 1, I've seen 3 Darkness Waves or just one of each, a combination of each, and just milling 6 plus themselves as option cards is pretty crazy for Avenge Kidmon. Now for like the mill cards that we run, when they get milled, I run 4 Rivals Barrages. I only run 4 the max amount of Rivals Barrages because if it gets milled, it goes to your board as a delay, and then you could recover a purple Digimon or a purple Tamer. I use this frequently to either recover my purple Tamer or majority of the times an Ipmon in case I don't see BL Star. Got to get the milling in more faster. The next one I run is 2 Death to Cannons. These 2 were originally Miss Memory Boost. I was playing Miss Memory Boost at 4, but running into like Fanglo, not enough removal, so I swapped 2 of them out. The next option card is Miss Memory Boost. Only 2 because I had to switch 2 of them out for Death to Cannon to at least match up to the pace of Fanglo. Well, that's what I had a problem with. Anything else was not an issue with the bottom decking it with Omnimon X or having just at least Security Bomb. The next option card we run is 4 Death Slingers. Death Slinger is good for the if it gets milled, gain a memory, and it's also a very cheap removal. But not most of the times you will have enough to pop a level 6. Usually, I have enough to pop a level 5 mid game if I haven't like Avenge Kid early on in the game, or it's just been a good board removal when it hits security. Because majority of the times you're playing a bunch of options, you're going to see them the most. Now, the star card that I like to see the most in this deck, it's 3 Friendships. The reason why I run Friendship, it's not because for the second effect, it's more for the very beginning that says return a Digimon card. The fact that it says return a Digimon card, it doesn't matter about what color is. So I use it majority of the time to grab Omnimon X or Merciful Mode or one of the Gallantmons or one of the Avenged Kidmons in the trash. It really helps me get my pieces. I like check ruling to make sure it wasn't strictly to purple. But yeah, I haven't really found anything on it. So returning a Digimon has been really good in his deck, especially recovering pieces that are in the trash. Now, that's all I run for options. For Tamer wise, I run 4 Mimis. Oh man, my bad. Yeah, 4 Mimis. I run 4 Mimis because it makes a lot of my option card plays cheaper. Like Lamet could be for 2, or if I have enough Tamers, at least I make my expensive cards a lot cheaper, making it out there. Could it be recoverable with Rivals Barrage? Majority of the times, I would like to see Matt. I do run 2 Mats. I want to bring them up to 3, but honestly, the Mimis have been much more helpful than the Mat. The Mat lets me recover Lamet, or at least anything I need to continue the milling, whether it's Darkness Wave or Darkwing Delusional. Yeah, so that's so far my deck that I have updated. If you do have other versions of this, by all means, you could share it to me to give me some tips on this. Man, help me make this deck a lot more competitive wise. I had fun playing this deck. I do have a draw version of this deck because I didn't want to have, because I felt like milling was much more faster, so I focused more on mill, but I do have a draw version of that deck. I will make a video on that later. But yeah, other than that, that is my Omnimon X Antibody deck. Now for the combo portion of this deck, the main same explanation from like the last video. Majority of the times I either want to play Gallantmon or I want to play Avenged Kidmon, one or the other to come out either for free for 1 or for 3. Anyways, or you could bring out both if you have enough memory. At times I have seen myself have enough memory to play both and go into 2 Omnimon X at the same time. That is a rare occasion, but in this scenario, bringing out one or the other is fine. For Avenged Kidmon, if you do bring it out, you just want to, make sure to have either an X antibody or don't. It really depends on what you have in the current state. And just to digivolve for 7 to go into Omnimon X, trash free security, and get rid of the problematic cards. For Gallantmon wise, when Gallantmon comes out for free or as 1 or 3, I always slap an X antibody on it. I always declare the check while it's swinging. I'll go into Omnimon X on Digivolving. So bottom deck their highest level. It will bottom deck their highest level, send either Gallantmon or X antibody, trash the card, and complete the check, because the way how it is that I already initiated the swing at least and did it during swing. So yeah, this is the main premise of the deck. That's how you want to combo it off. Secondary to play like a little bit defensively if you don't have any of the pieces, because you could recover with Rivals Barrage, is BL Starmon. The obviously the one you want to bring out more with Rush is the Impmon on deletion, trash 3 cards from your deck. You want to trash as much as possible. You won't be able to deck yourself out as long as you have Avenged Kidmon out. If you bring it back out with Laminate, you should be good in the most part. But yeah, no, BL start coming out for at least potentially -8 play cost, because you'll have 20 majority of the time when it comes out. And then bringing out Impmon comes in really good clutch. The next one I would think of more is when either Omnimon X is by itself, or if I don't have Omnimon X, I could go either or Merciful Mode on Omni for 3 or Digi on 6 on Gallant. It's a free pop, and then bottom deck 10 cards from the opponent's trash. I like it in most scenarios that when I'm playing against another purple deck, they hate it when I touch their trash. So Merciful Mode has helped me throughout the way. Also keeps on the Omnimon count. At least it's something that I could play more Omnimons on, going off of this red and synergizing it at least. So yeah, those are the only combos that I like to use in this deck. Majority of them are all option cards. And yeah, that's all I have for this video.